Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Fergit. Police say a school shooting threat at Menominee High School is not credible. According to authorities, a female suspect posted the threat on social media overnight. Investigators found no weapons and determined she had no access to firearms. Officials believe there is no danger to the school district. She now faces possible charges for making terrorist threats and unlawful use of a telephone. No injuries are reported after a semi-truck fire at a Tomah Quick Trip early this morning. Tomah firefighters responded to the scene around 1:40 a.m. to find the truck fully engulfed in flames. Crews quickly contained the fire, preventing damage to the trailer loaded with paper products. The cause of the fire is under investigation. And no one is injured after part of a train derailed near La Crosse's Gunderson Hospital last night. In a statement to News 8 Now, BNSF says there were no hazardous materials spilled and no injuries. The train has reportedly been moved since the derailment. Investigators are working to determine what caused the mishap.
We had a gorgeous start to the weekend today. Nice temperatures out there, mostly sunny skies. That's going to continue on into the evening and for most of tomorrow afternoon. However, we do have a couple showers ahead of it going into tomorrow morning. So here's our current conditions right now in La Crosse, sitting at 64 under some sunny skies. Very similar conditions in Eau Claire, 62 degrees and sunny skies. Those clear conditions will continue for the rest of the evening. However, cloud coverage is going to slowly increase over the next few hours. Light winds out there out of the east-southeast. And again, really the only thing to note this evening for La Crosse is increasing clouds. Eau Claire could start to see some showers a little bit earlier on in the night, possibly closer to midnight, if not a little bit afterwards. And those showers could move into early tomorrow as well. Otherwise, after that, all eyes shift forward to Monday, where we have multiple rounds of severe thunderstorms on the way, with a pretty good chance to see all of those good old-fashioned severe hazards along with hail and tornadoes. So definitely something that we're going to be looking at, and I'll have all the details coming up in the full forecast.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. Western Wisconsin Democrats gathered in La Crosse today for the party's 3rd Congressional District Convention. Local elected officials and candidates spoke to attendees about what's next for the party. There was also trainings and seminar sessions held for county parties. The Wisconsin Dem State Convention will be hosted this upcoming June in the Wisconsin Dells. Today, the Ho-Chunk Nation celebrated the naming of a memorial highway in honor of World War II code talkers. The ceremony paid tribute to Ho-Chunk veterans who used their native language as an unbreakable military code during World War II. The Ho-Chunk Nation president says these veterans provided a very important service during their time in the military.
Unique service to the United States Army and other armed forces out there to basically create a code that could not be cracked by any other of our enemies or any of our attackers. So they played an instrumental role, provided value, and probably saved the lives of hundreds and hundreds of men and women of service at that time.
This highway designation marks a significant milestone in preserving the nation's contributions to American military history. Today is the DEA's National Drug Take-Back Day for unused medications. The day encourages people to get rid of old meds so they don't end up in the hands of kids or others who could misuse them. In La Crescent, residents could safely dispose of their meds at City Hall. The police department handles it from there.
So the police have a specific way of disposing of them. Twice a year, we get to bring them to an incinerator where they're burned.
La Crescent's Take Back wrapped up at 2, but there is a permanent prescription drug drop box at City Hall. Meds can be disposed of there Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. until 4. Winners were announced today for the 2025 Congressional Art Competition. Every year, high school students in Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District compete for a chance to have their artwork displayed in the U.S. Capitol for a year. And the second place winner will have their art shown in Representative Derek Van Orden's office.
These young people worked incredibly hard. Their parents have supported them through these projects. Many of the high school art classes within the district also supported their kids to get them out here. It's fantastic. Work hard, you will be rewarded.
A panel of university professors selected the winning pieces. There were around 35 submissions this year. La Crosse's Granny basketball team hosted a charity tournament at Logan Middle School today. Teams from Viroqua and Iowa competed to raise funds for New Horizons, a local shelter supporting survivors of domestic violence. Admission fees, lunch sales, and a silent auction will all benefit the organization's vital services.
Extra special that we know that what we're doing here today not only provides fun for all of the players, also provides a fun opportunity to see the traditional game of the 1920s for all of the spectators, and then just being able to meet up with the other teams as well. And we do like to be a bit competitive, so that's fun as well.
Granny basketball players all over the age of 50 follow old school rules, including no jumping. Beer, wine, and cheese lovers had a chance to celebrate today. It was the annual Between the Bluffs Beer, Wine, and Cheese Fest. Attendees gathered at La Crosse's Oktoberfest grounds to sample the best craft beers, top-notch wines, and artisanal cheeses the Midwest has to offer. One of the event's organizers says it's great to see the community turn out.
Our team at Explore La Crosse really works hard to bring this festival to life, and they have for the last, I think it's 9 years that Explore La Crosse has taken over the fest. So it just really warms my heart that so many people come out to support us and to support the community overall.
The fest also had live music and games like cornhole and axe throwing. Still to come, from St. Peter's Square to the streets of Rome, hundreds of thousands pay final respects to Pope Francis. The emotional scenes from today's massive funeral and what's ahead for the Catholic Church.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like a free Wild Bite fishing kit when you spend $50 on fishing gear. Blaine's brand lawn and garden batteries, $3 off for rewards members. Plus, we've lowered prices store-wide so you can find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Pope Francis was often referred to as the People's Pope, and today scores of people turned out in St. Peter's Square and the streets of Rome to say farewell to him. CBS News brings us the latest from the Vatican.
In a packed St. Peter's Square, Pope Francis was eulogized as, quote, a pope among the people with an open heart towards everyone. The Vatican says 250,000 attended the funeral mass. Florida native Kelsey Gussie, an American journalist living and working in Rome, was tapped to give the first reading at the funeral mass.
This is such a huge honor to be a part of this momentous occasion. And so, honestly, also for me, it's a big way to say thank you, Pope Francis.
Following the funeral, tens of thousands lined the route to see the Pope's coffin carried through the streets of Rome to St. Mary Major, where Francis chose to be buried. It's a church he came to pray in often. Onlookers were visibly moved.
A momentous occasion, absolutely fabulous that I'm here, and one I can remember forever and ever, and I have goosebumps.
You're crying a little bit.
Yes, I'm crying. This triggers like a lot of emotion.
What was your feeling when the coffin of the Pope came by?
Thankfulness and a big blessing for the world.
Among the world's estimated 1.4 billion Catholics, many gathered at all hours to watch the funeral broadcast live, including in the Pope's native Argentina, which Francis never visited as Pope, but he's still revered there. Just before the funeral began, Ukrainian President Zelensky and President Trump met privately within St. Peter's to discuss Russia's war with Ukraine. With Pope Francis's funeral now over, a period of mourning has begun. The conclave, in which eligible cardinals will gather in the Sistine Chapel to elect the next pope, is expected to begin as early as May 6th. Tony Aiello, CBS News, Rome.
Pope Francis, at his request, became the first pope in more than 100 years to be buried outside of Vatican City. He also requested a very simple tomb. His tomb bears just one word on it, Franciscus. A deadly explosion at an Iranian port has killed 14 and left more than 750 injured. A massive blast at the Bandar Abbas port in Iran has left 8 dead and hundreds injured. Officials believe stored chemicals triggered the explosion at the port complex. Firefighters battled flames amid high winds as rescue teams searched for victims trapped in collapsed buildings. Iran's president has ordered an investigation into the incident. The major shipping facility has been temporarily closed. Coming up, President Trump claims the trade war with China could end soon, but major retailers are sounding the alarm. Why Walmart and Target say your shopping experience could change dramatically.
And we have a nice afternoon tomorrow, but then the potential for severe thunderstorms rolls in with multiple rounds coming in on Monday. I'll have all the details and the timing coming up right after the break.
Get up to 15% off sale prices throughout the store during the spring sale at Home Furniture.
Hey, this $5 Mega Millions game is super exciting.
There are prize multipliers built into every play. So the lowest prize you can win is $10. Plus, it has bigger jackpots more often with better chances to win it.
$5 Mega Millions really is something to shout about.
It's available at Wisconsin lottery retailers near you, like this one.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers?
Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines. US Cellular, built for us.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
At Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, we know children, which is why we strive to make every visit to the dentist a positive experience. We are honored to be named Best Pediatric Dentist in this year's Best of La Crosse County. Thank you to our amazing patients and families for your trust, your smiles, and your votes. We love making dental visits fun, comfortable, and full of bright, healthy smiles. Here's to another year of caring for our community's little ones.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
President Trump says his trade war could wrap up in less than a month. The president says active talks are underway with China, though the U.S. Treasury Secretary says no talks are on the books. This comes after the CEOs of Walmart and Target privately warned Trump the ripple effects of his tariffs could lead to empty store shelves in a matter of weeks. Chinese freight traffic to the port of Los Angeles is down more than 30% from last year as U.S. companies cancel orders. Those student loans are becoming due. The Education Department says starting May 5th, it will begin collecting payments for student loans that are in default. That could affect more than 5 million borrowers right now and another 4 million in just a few months. Borrowers in default are being reported to credit agencies and their credit scores are dropping. Well, it's absolutely beautiful today in the Coulee region. A nice break from some overcast skies. Let's send it over to Nicole to see how long we can expect this to last.
Yeah, well, the good news is we have a mostly nice day tomorrow as well, especially in the afternoon hours. We have to get through a couple of morning showers first. These actually roll through later tonight. We'll see that cloud coverage picking up here, looking at around midnight tonight, seeing those showers off to our west, really not accounting for too much, just some light scattered rain lingering around into the early morning hours tomorrow. So getting here around 4 or 5 in the morning again, mainly north of I-90 and very light as well. That continues on into the morning hours. Maybe feeling a couple sprinkles around 8 a.m., especially north of I-94. However, a lot of that moves out of the area already by the late morning hours. Then we actually are left with mostly sunny skies by the afternoon time. So we should have near normal high temperatures again, a little bit more breezy out there, but overall a fairly nice way to end the weekend out. But that's not going to stick around forever because we do have some severe chances coming in to start the next week off. So here we are with our thunderstorm outlook looking towards Monday. Our area is largely in a level 4 out of 5, a moderate risk for severe weather. The Storm Protection Center puts out these risks for every day going out 3 days, and we've only ever seen a level 4 on our 3rd day out 2 other times in the past. So an exceptionally rare risk to have this early in the season for our neck of the woods, at least. Definitely something that you need to be taking seriously and making plans for now ahead of the storm. So let's break it down. We do have an alert day outgoing for Monday. There are 2 chances for thunderstorms going throughout the day. The first one's happening early in the morning. Main risk with that would be hail, but then by Monday night and into the evening hours, we're looking at every severe risk. That's including damaging winds, hail, and even the potential for a tornado or 2, and that's affecting, again, the entirety of the area. So let's track it out right now, starting with those morning hours. Here we are around 4 in the morning. Those morning thunderstorms likely staying for the most part north of I-94, but we can still see a couple more isolated chances getting more into the southern extent of our area. We could see another line quickly popping up again after that. Again, the main risk with these storms would really be hail, as it'll be a little bit more elevated. As we go into the afternoon, then that's where a lot of the question rises. Once those morning storms pass through, they kind of make a little bit of an impact on the atmosphere and cool it down a little bit, calm it down a little bit as well, and that could affect the chance to see severe weather later in the evening. Also affecting it is extended cloud coverage. If those showers and storms in the morning keep the clouds around, we'll stay a little bit cooler. However, we could have some sunshine later in the day that might help us get a little bit warm out there, with even the potential to see the 80s in the afternoon. All of that fueling us up with more severe thunderstorms passing through in the evening hours, most likely as a line, but you can see here it might pass just out of the area, forming up more into that line as we get later into the night. So still, as you can see, lots of questions on the exact timing and effects of both rounds. The morning, again, really only seeing the majority of that rain to the north of I-94, but later in the evening, everybody getting a little bit of a taste of it as we go into Monday evening. After that, though, we're seeing a fairly dry week. We really only have showers passing through on Thursday, so a nice little change up from last week when we had rain chances almost every single day. Temperatures staying near average for most of the week too, and even getting closer to the 70s for almost every day as we get towards next weekend. So just got to get through Monday and then a pretty nice week ahead of us.
We'll definitely make sure to take advantage of today too, because it'll be a couple of days before you can really go outside again. But
for sure.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Nicole. And coming up next in sports, the final round of the NFL draft in Green Bay just ended. Jacob and Cade are live from Lambeau Field with more on a special moment for the Green and Gold's 4th round pick.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 715-469-6907. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 715-469-6907. Again, that's 715-469-6907.
All of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Good evening, everyone, and hello from Lambeau Field. A beautiful Saturday. The final round of the NFL Draft just concluded, and Cade, what a few days it's been.
Yeah, Jacob, it's hard to describe just how special it's been. So many people made the trip up here. Everyone's been so welcoming and so nice, and everyone we've spoke to said Green Bay has been a fantastic host.
Yeah, so day 3 of the NFL Draft has gone on today, and we spoke to Packers beat writer Jason Wilde. He was talking to us about how this is a day that a lot of teams make their hay on.
It's beautiful outside. I would think that, most fans want to wash their car or start working on their lawn or get something done on a Saturday. Check in with the picks, though, because I think this is where you really build the foundation of your football team.
And finally, in round 4, the Packers add to the defensive side of the ball, selecting edge rusher out of Texas, Barron Sorrell, with pick number 124. He started in 40 games for the Longhorns. And Cade, what an introduction this guy had to the city of Green Bay and its fans.
Yeah, it was a shock when Roger Goodell came out to announce the draft pick, but that's because Sorrell was back in the green room. He was there on day 1, didn't hear his name called on day 2, but today he got the chance to take the stage and greet the Green Bay crowd in person. What an entrance. He's a strong physical edge who can bully offensive tackles and has a chance to be a big help on this Packers defense.
And we will hear from Barron later at 10. Some emotional moments when speaking with the media, so check back in with us later for that. But here are the rest of the Packers draft picks for day 3. Colin Oliver, an edge out of Oklahoma State. Warren Brinson, a defensive tackle from Georgia. Micah Robinson, a corner from Tulane. And John Williams, a tackle from Cincinnati. So it's been a fantastic few days here, Cade. The weather was much better for us today. We got to actually walk around and explore a little bit more, and what a few days it's been.
Yeah, the sun was shining, and the draft goers were outside enjoying all of the festivities around Lambeau and Titletown. We saw fans checking out Super Bowl rings, running the 40-yard dash, and even taking the time to play some football during the NFL's Play 60 event. We caught up with a few future footballers who were pleased with all of the different things to do around the draft venue.
I thought there was going to be only 40-yard dashes and stuff. I thought we were just going to sit by the stage watching the draft the whole time, but all this stuff makes it way more fun.
I thought it was really fun. The experience was great,
There was a drone show last night after round 3 ended, and tonight fans are going to be treated by a Brad Paisley concert. So certainly no shortage of fun here in Green Bay.
Yeah, there really is something for everybody when we were walking around there. Everyone was in such a good mood with the nice weather yesterday. Not that it put a damper on yesterday's mood, because a lot of fun and lots of great draft picks for the Packers. But, Cade, what a few days it's been. It really just was so special hosting so many people, and it seems like the reviews have just been fantastic.
Yeah, there's something to do for everyone. You're walking around the venue. They've got different food stands, different beverage stands. You can see so many different events. They really put it on like a true party, and nobody parties better than the people of Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's been a fun few days, so thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll have more later at 10, so make sure to check back in with us then. But for now, we will send it to break with one more check on the forecast coming up after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Get breaking news or other quick links. Follow us on X at News 8 News.
Make this spring the season of you with the Bedroom Refresh from Ashley. Transform your bedroom into a serene retreat starting at $499.99. Plus get 0% interest for 60 months when you buy in store. Only at Ashley. Shop in store and online.
We see you out there building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like a free Wild Bite fishing kit when you spend $50 on fishing gear. All Blazer trailer lighting is 25% off. Plus, we've lowered prices store-wide, so you can find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
We would like to thank everyone who voted Dahl Automotive Best of La Crosse County. It means a lot to us to place first in auto service department, new car dealership, as well as voting Randy McDaniel for Best Auto Salesperson. Thank you.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Dahl Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Dahl Auto.
Relax and recharge with a new mattress from Ashley. Transform your sleep with the all-new Sealy Posturepedic collection starting at $7.99 with precision-fit coils arranged right where you need them for targeted support. Shop in-store and online. Only at Ashley.
All right, going into tonight, we're seeing mild temperatures in the mid-40s across the area, having some showers moving in later in the night and maybe lingering on through the early morning hours. But overall, tomorrow not looking too bad, high is 67, and some severe weather coming on Monday. So make sure you have your severe weather plans ready now before the storms come in, because it's going to be a big day.
Good point. Thank you, Nicole. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you tonight at 10.